Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela. I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I've got absolutely everything crossed that this has worked and linked to the video it's meant to have linked to. Because I preset it all up, of course, but I hadn't done the computer side. And as some of you may know, if you've watched some days Whip Spits in chat, this computer had a complete re-wipe and restart. So if you're here, please say you're here. Please pop a comment in the comment section and down below, or in the chat I should say. Oh, my brain is really not in gear, but fingers crossed it is working. Right, so first thing up today, seems to be, I've just opened it on another page. Right, so first thing up today, of course, was my finished blanket. Now the pattern for this one is now up on Ravelry, and it is called, I've got to get the right name here, Timothy the Tiger. Now I'm not able to actually show you Timothy at the moment because Timothy's in repairs. But once Timothy's finished being repaired, I'll be able to show you properly. Yay, we got some girls in. Welcome in Jane and welcome in Dodo. Nice to see you girls both here. So what are you two up to today? Are you doing some crochet? Are you scoffing your dinner, lunch, breakfast? Right, yeah, I was just saying I will have Timothy the Tiger up here at some point. I've just got to do a couple of repairs on him. I put a block in the wrong spot. It's not the pattern's fault, it was actually my brain cell. I'd read the coding round the wrong way, upside down and all the rest of it. So I'd done it and I'm like, there's this one block right in the middle and I'm like, I can't have it. I have to correct it. So I'm now researching and learning how to repair corner to corner. No, there won't be a video, not for a long time. I'd have to do about 100 repair blocks at least before I get that in my head enough to be confident enough to show you how I do it rather than anything else. Right, okay, so the first thing I've done today that's a bit different to normal is I have turned on the subscribed, what's it called? It's on here. Turned on subscription only mode. This means that you can watch it, but if you're not subscribed to the channel, you won't be able to comment. It won't let you comment. So if you're unable to comment and you're thinking I've blocked you, it's not that. It's because you haven't got your subscription turned on. So if you haven't got that turned on, you're not going to be able to join in and win the patterns, because of course only subscribers get the winner only pattern. So that's why I've done that today, and I think I'll possibly do that every sort of first episode of the month when there's a chance that you guys can win stuff. Like, so it's a bit of a reminder, and not only that, it means then that we'll know whether the bots have been round and knocked you on the head for not commenting on my normal videos. And also, if you could do me a big fat favour, girls, if you could hit that thumbs up and double check your bell just to make sure it's selected to all, if you want to see all of the stuff that I put on rather than just a little bit. And then of course we've got the link which I am going to pin to the top, which is for the Ravelry shop, and that is where of course you'll be able to get Timothy the Tiger and all the other corner to corner patterns. Now the reason I'm talking about Timothy the Tiger is he is not going to be available as a tutorial on the channel because he is too big. I decided after I'd done that one there that I wasn't going that large again, and Timothy is technically larger, but because I used the C2C Mini instead of the standard C2C, it meant that he's come out the same size as the moose behind me. Right, so let's have a look at what you two are saying. So Jane has said she's not long finished her dinner, so she's just sitting relaxing and letting it digest. I'm doing the same actually. I think I finished eating my dinner about 20 minutes ago. Dodo said done nothing. She's got a sick dog who's going back to the vets tomorrow for a little op. A little bit of a tease. She's 16-year-old. Oh bless her. What breed is she, darling? We'll all keep everything crossed that she's perfectly fine when, like, tomorrow. Jane says she's already done one of them things. We talked the moose. Was it the moose you did? I thought it was. Oh crikey! So I'm playing through the photographs I had on my computer. I thought you were unicorn or penguin, Jane. I might be wrong. I probably am. You'll soon tell me. Please tell me. Oh, did I? I think I completely read your last message wrong there. I've already done all those things. Oh, the thumbs up, the this, the that's, the other. Yeah, because we're on delay, aren't we? So I am getting in a proper muddle tonight. Right, that's it. I need some brain help, she says. So, thank you for doing all them things, Jane. Oh dear. Right, I've got my tablet on charge at the moment, but this month's a winner only pattern, which I'm now lovingly calling WOPs, W-O-P, because I can't be bothered to keep writing it down. But this month's a winner only pattern is called A Bad Brother, and it's one from the Marvel range. Okay, and it's only 59 rows. Only 59, so it's one of the smaller ones. So that that'll team up really, really well with oh, where is it? Iceberg. Oh, bless Dodo, she's a chinchilla. He's so diddy and cute. Can you fit her in a pocket? Having a dog that small would scare me. We've got a chap round here that's got some, and they're really cute. He's got one that's deaf and blind now. She's getting on in years, so he's got a pull along suitcase. Okay, and it is a normal pull along suitcase, but what he's done is he's added extra padding and everything to it, and so when he takes the dog's out for a walk, because I think there's 4 of them, plus and the blind one. The blind one goes in the suitcase, no lead, no nothing, just she jumps in her suitcase and he pulls the suitcase along, and as the other dog's on leads, following behind. And then when they stop and go and do anything, then the blind one will follow one of the other dogs. It's like her guide. She's got her own guide dog. It's brilliant. And then when she's had enough of running around, they bring her, her brothers and sisters bring her back to the suitcase and pop her back in the suitcase and then go off and play. And we first met them when Liam was, no more than 6 months old. And of course, Liam's a lot bigger because he's the size of an adult collie. So he'd met them when he was a bit smaller than that. And he loved them. He thought they were brilliant. He just laid on the floor and let them climb all over him. And then he decided he wanted to play chase. And the owner's going, my dogs won't play chase. And all Liam was doing was circles. He was going in big, like not too big, but big circles around them. In the end, the youngest decided, no, I'm going to get you. So starts playing chase. So Liam slows down so that the little dog can nearly catch him. And then he sprints off a little bit more. So he'd do a lap of this ring. With one dog, drop that dog off to the owner, pick him, and then the next one would chase him. And he was doing that for about 20 minutes with them, sort of taking it in turns, dropping off one of the dogs, picking up the next one, and dropping it off, picking up the next. It was so funny to see. And then the little old ones are like, I want to play this. This sounds like fun. I think it was because like the siblings had come over and like they were panting and exhausted. But he had so much fun with them, and every time he sees them, he lays straight down on the floor and lets the oldest one come and climb all over him and beat him up and stuff. Although she can't see what she's doing, he still lets her do it, which I think is really, really sweet. Right, so let's have a nose. What are you girls saying? So Jane is saying, nope, she subscribed, liked, and hit the bell and all. Cheers, babes. And then, of course, Dodo had said about her little dog. Yeah, your little... Janie's saying, hope your little dog's up goes okay. She's going to be cool. She's going to be fine. all doggy owners will be sitting there, all of us will be sitting there tomorrow going, come on Missy, we want an update. Hey Kaz, welcome in darling. She's saying hi Angela, good to see you this morning. And Kaz is saying so do I. Yep, she's blind in one eye, bless her. She's doing well though for her age, only to be blind in the one. Because little dogs are more prone to it, aren't they? Actually, all dogs are once they get past a certain age. And Dodo is saying hey to Kaz. Right. So Kaz, what's your plans for the day? Or were you crocheting anything last night? I'm actually about to start my reward for finishing off the tiger. And I'm going to try one of Courtney at 5 Fox Studios patterns. Because, hey, I won 20 of them, didn't I? So I've chosen the pattern. I've got my hook. And I raided my dodgy yarn pile because I thought, well, I want to give it a go. I want to choose, if I get on with it and I carry on going, then I at least want the yarn. I want to know I like the yarn. But of course, I haven't got many mixed colours of yarn behind me. Okay, it's mainly solids. So I had to raid the old stash. And so I come out with this one. Right, so that would be my option B, because you have to run two. You don't have to, but with the mosaics, you run the one I've chosen. She's running two colours. One's a variegated, one's like this, and then the other one's a solid colour. And so I'm like, right, what have I got? Lots of in one shade of colour, but I want a darker colour. And I'm like, help. The only thing I know for certain that I've got hundreds and hundreds of balls of is that stupid mint green. But if you've been following the channel for about a year and a half, you know that I'm hunting for one certain shade of Aldi mint green. And every time I pick it up from Aldi, it's the wrong flipping shade. Doesn't matter, it's got the right label on, it's the wrong shade. So I use up a load. I think I've had about 18 balls of this mint green so far in the wrong colour. It's just doing my head in. But I've got that and I'm like, no, I don't want that sitting around the house. So I raided my old Aldi stash and I've pulled out this, what was it called? It's called Blue Grey. I'm not ever going to be able to get this colour again. So I've got 4 balls of this. So I'm hoping that this will be enough for what I plan to do. So with that and then that as the over colour, what do you think? I would love to show you her design, but I can't for the second because I haven't worked out how to share my computer screen on here, although I have actually got it up. It's her mosaic crochet pattern number 40 that I'm going to try first, because that's the one that I really wanted to do as soon as I saw it. That, and she's got a shawl as well that I really want to do. What I'll do is I will pop the link to that video in the description box and down below. I will attempt to do it now, but knowing my luck, it probably won't work, but you never know, we might be lucky. Because I found another button earlier and I was like, ooh, it's worked, right, okay. So I don't know how quick it will be. Oh no, don't. Oh, it's alright. I am so daft tonight. I can do one bit and can't do the rest. Alright, there we go. Hopefully it will appear shortly in the description box and down below. But that is the pattern that I'm really liking. So if you want to have a nose, open up another screen and pop over and have a look. Yeah, so they're the 2 colours I'm thinking. So of course I've matched the blue up with her blue, and then that is the background colour. Not the background colour, the other colour. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Cass, good morning. Smirnoff, welcome in, darling. She is saying hi, everyone. She's not sure how long she can stay tonight, as Mr. Smirnoff is here watching too. All right, dude. Nice to see you, darling. Jane is saying hello, everybody. She's watching the ads, but she should be in by now because I've left her long enough. Hi, darling. Jane is saying hi to Kaz. Oh, Kaz, you beat me to it. And Kaz has said she's made Courtney's mosaic butterfly pattern in a square last night for a pride blanket. Oh, I bet that looks absolutely amazing. Which one of the ones is it? Was it the more solid or just the outline? Because I know she's got a couple of different butterfly ones, hasn't she? They're all stunning. But there's a couple for us to choose from. I think I've got them both as well. And Kaz says hello to Jane. And Jen's in now. Sweet. Where are we? And Jenny's saying that she likes those shades together. That's brilliant. Fingers crossed. Because I've got 2 of those ones. So hopefully that'll be enough. That's what? 300 grams of that one. Which is, I should really tell you, it's the papaya cake, but it's the same as it's made in the same factory as the mandala, or mandala, or however it's said ones. It's just that's the cheaper version of yarn that we can get in the UK, or at least it was when I got it. Price of yarn has gone through the roof lately. So Dodo is saying hi to Smirnoff and Jen, and Jen is saying hi to Dodo. Kathy's saying, hello, it's not 21 yet. That's 9 o'clock. I never come on at 9. My brain would be completely mushed by then, babe. Did I put the wrong time on it again? Oh, pants, I did. Oh, sorry. No wonder you lot are all confused. Oh, I don't know how to change that either. Uh-oh. Luckily, most of my crazies know how crazy I am and know that this is my normal time. Sorry to confuse everybody. It looks like I'm staying on until 9:30 tonight then. Oh, this is going to be a dodgy live. Oh, dear. Right, so Silver's in the building. Welcome in, darling. She's so everybody is still saying. I'm going to jump past your comments where you're saying hi to each other. Because you're all good, you say hello to everybody, and it takes me forever to get through them otherwise. Silver's in. Welcome in, darling. She's asking what she missed. Okay, quick brief. The latest pattern is now up on the Ravelry shop. It is Timothy the Tiger. He is actually my celebration for Chinese New Year, which of course is today. I'm sorry, I'm not going to risk saying Happy New Year in Chinese. I have had it on repeat for 3 days and I still can't get it out my mouth. I've only just managed to get it in the brain cell. But a Happy New Year to anybody and everybody that celebrates Chinese New Year. So of course this year is the year of the tiger, which is why Timothy the Tiger was created. Well, it wasn't. He was created last year or the year before, but I finally got around to making him this year for it. I did plan to add an extra border, but because of the extra time I wasted on that pattern doing it in the wrong stitch, or should I say starting it in the standard rather than going straight from the mini C2C, because of that I haven't had a chance to do the border yet. I've got an idea in my head. I've got a pattern drawn out for it. I just got to do it. You all know what I'm like, especially if you've been around for a while. It took me 6 months to put the border on that one. And Kaz is saying it will look awesome. There is a photograph of it up on Ravelry, Facebook, and I think I've also put one up on here as well, on the community tab. But if not, there will be one coming up on the community tab soon for him. But if you want to have a quick nose, just click on the link that's stuck at the top of the chat. That'll take you through to the Ravelry shop, and it should be. You'll see him quite quickly. It's the only thing that's bright orange. He's bright orange, isn't he? And the other thing that you've missed, Silver, is me saying that I'm rewarding myself now with a pattern. One of the patterns that I won, I'm going to be starting one of Courtney at Fibre Fox Studios patterns. There's also a link to that in the description box. Hopefully it's now showing, because I put it up a little while ago, and it's going to be done in the blue, the same as hers. And then my mix and match colour is this one here. So hopefully I've caught you up. And Kaz is saying, yes, the full butterfly lane, I think it was called. Okay, I can have a nose if you want me to. I'm trying to think when that one was. That was quite a while ago, wasn't it? The butterflies. She put up the butterflies. No, I won't be able to do it from here. I'll link that one, of course, in the description box later on once I get off here. But yeah, all of her patterns are also over on her Etsy shop. Yeah, I put 9 PM. I've noticed. I am so bad. I am so sorry. No wonder there was none of you waiting here for me like there normally is. Oh, Kath is working her way through the Stitch a Week. Now, the Stitch a Week, I think you girls all know about it, don't you? And quite a couple of you in here are actually doing it as well. So the Stitch a Week, I've got to be careful which I can't show you them ones. Alright, so the Stitch a Week, I can't show you number 1, I'm working on the border. Number 2, of course, was the, what was it, closed shell stitch. It's been 3 weeks, that's why I can't remember it yet. Number 3 was shells and chain, and number 4 is the C2C mini. Okay, and this week's one, which was released at 4 o'clock this afternoon, is the C2C standard. Now, Kath started this one today. So what she's done is she started with a C2C C2C standard box, because this is going to be the size of all of the boxes from this point on. Okay, so I'll be working the stitch count out so it's all the same size, and then 1 to 4. Yeah, 1 to 4 will have added borders put onto them before we sew them onto the blanket, unless of course you haven't made them yet. If you haven't made them yet, when you get to the C2C mini, add an extra row of increase. Okay, so that would be 11 by 11 block. But remember to do your maths still on that if you plan to use the C2C mini for any of the winner only patterns that most of you girls have got. Okay, and of course I put a little amendment in for these two into the drop down box, and once I've made up a second square of those as well, so that if you don't want to add borders to it and you just want to do all the squares all the same size without any mucking about, you'll be able to do that. But that won't be available probably till about Thursday or Friday, because I've got to sit and make them again, haven't I? So that I know what the stitch count's going to be. Oh, Dodo, you sent me a picture of Pixie. Okay, I can't actually open my email app at the moment. It is playing silly bleeps. So once I can get back into that on this computer, then I will have a nose. But I bet she's super duper cute. Oh, I missed that one. Sorry, Smirnoff. Did I hear Darren Moore's is no more? Yes, darling. I put a post up on the community tab earlier on today. I thought they might have been running 2 companies and they've just squidged them together, but it doesn't look like it, because one's from one side of the UK and the other one's London. But yeah, I have heard. I'd never actually used Darren Moore's, luckily, otherwise I'd have been proper angry, because I'd have lost people have lost their points, their like reward points. So right, so Silver is saying, yes, I used to order from there, and then she went, probably shouldn't admit that with hubby in the room. That's what made me spit. I nearly spit my drink out, you evil toe rag. Silver said she spent an hour today downloading all her digital patterns from Darren Moore's. She was horrified how much she'd brought from them over the years. That's what worries me about ordering off of Ravelry and all these other places. It's not a case of losing your files, it's a case of having to download them and where on earth are you going to store them type thing. I'm quite lucky though, I've got a hubby that will hand me over an extra hard drive if I need it, thankfully. Okay, so Silver is saying, oh sugar, I haven't done it. I've still done it. From what I've read, I'm not 100%, but don't quote me. But from what I've read, what they're doing is they're transferred everything over to Lovecrafts. So if you've got an account with Derrimores, pop over to Lovecraft, see if it will if your signing in details will work there as well, and see if they've transferred your patterns as well. You never know, you might be lucky. It might save you 15 hours of downloading the patterns that you've already bought. I'll keep everything crossed for you. Where are we? So Kaz has said this is Kaz is saying I've lost it. I have completely lost my train of thought there, gang. Right, for her butterfly, she used... Where is it gone? She used a rainbow yarn for it and it looks okay, so that's brilliant. Laugh out loud, Smirnoff. We won't read it out loud. Sorry, Kath. Been there, done that. I got in a complete kerfluffle. Right, okay, so Smirnoff is saying she was able to a few hours ago, but it is a faffy. You have to go through every order and check if there's a download link. Oh, I'm happy I never put anything on there. Oh, okay, so Kath's differences for her corner to corner blocks. She's done a 14 blocks on her mini C2C to make it the same size as her regular C2C, which is 14 centimeters in the yarn that she is using. Silver is saying that she is hoping that hers are still in her email. This is in regards to Derrimores closing and her possibly losing her patterns. I can't see you losing your patterns. Keep everything crossed. She's saying she's hoping that hers are still in her email. She's going back to look later. And that she had a lot of points saved up, so she is peeved. Okay, so Smirnoff's got a bit more information for us. She's saying Derrimores was owned by Create and Craft. They merged with the craft store and dropped Derrimores, but Lovecrafts is taking over Derrimores. That, to me, that's all really confusing. I'll come back and read it later when my brain's in gear. Right, Jen's being called back into work. She's got to run. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining us, darling. Have a lovely day at work. Kathy's saying, oh no, have a good day, Jen. Kaz is saying, you sent me an email, hon. Okay, as I said, I can't get hold of my emails for the moment. I've got my tablet on charge. I will pop out in a few seconds, check to see if Liam needs pee, and stuff like that. And then I'll grab it and come in and then I'll have a quick nose. I'm assuming that that's a photograph of the blanket that you're working on, Kaz. Because I tell you what, if it's the butterfly one you've sent me and I like it, I might be contacting you going, help me. But as I said, I'm not quite ready to work on that one yet. I'm working on, I will be working on the other one first. Hello Lee, welcome in, darling. Sorry, I'm going to use your last name because I can't pronounce the first one. So, welcome in, darling. I hope that's okay. Jenny's saying thank you, Kath. You too. So there she goes. She's running off back to work. Smirnoff is saying that she used all her points just before Christmas, thankfully. She feels for those who are losing them. She hopes Lovecrafts will do something for everybody. I've never ordered from either of them. I didn't like their prices. I found the yarn I like cheaper elsewhere, so I was quite lucky. I've got no points and no nothing with them. I just feel for everybody else, really. You spend ages collecting them their points. You've spent hundreds of pounds there. You're like, yes, I finally got enough to get a 100-gram ball of tat, and they turn around and go, bye, we're leaving now. Right. So Kaz is saying, no hurry, Ange. Just letting you know, yes, just the square. Cool. I'll have a nose in a bit, as I said. Oh, Silver. She says, she's one of them people losing their points. They should have said or something. Fingers crossed. Lovecraft covers us with something. Well, you should have got an email. From what I've seen elsewhere, people have been sent an email saying that you can, by clicking the link in there, you'll get 15% off of your next, like your first order with them or the next order with them. I'm not 100% how the wording was. So of course, if you've used Lovecrafts in the past, I don't know if you'd get that 15%. But it's always worth checking those emails and reading, like scanning down to the bottom to see if they've put that in for you, and then sort of giving it a go if you want to, that is. But otherwise, when I jumped onto Lovecrafts earlier, I've never signed up with them or anything like that, and I went through normal channels. I didn't go through a link. I went through normal channels to them, and I was still getting offered the 15%. So I'm not sure if that's just we'll straight out offer everybody 15%, whether you're a newbie or someone that's coming over from, or what. All I know is the evil toe rags. And this they actually closed their doors. By all accounts, they did say something in January saying that they were going to be moving in January, but I don't know. They said that they told people they were moving over moving over, and the deadline was January, but I don't know when they said it. Yeah, that's around the right way now. And it's the same as Denise. Okay, it's just a cheeky spelling. It's probably the way I would normally spell it, to be honest. So welcome in, Denise. I will probably end up calling you Lee anyway, because I'm a forgetful snotbag. The rest of them will tell you. I'm absolutely rubbish with names. Even girls on here that I've known for over a year, I still end up using just parts of their channel name. Silver is saying she's trying to find a nice plus-size summer pattern, but she's finding it difficult. What for, darling? Are we talking tops, skirts, or dresses, or something like that? This one here, that can be made as a plus size, and that is really, really quick and really, really simple. And yet again, it's a Courtney at Fibre Fox Studios. God, I feel like I'm proper promoting my girl today. Proper promoting. I made that, a year and a half ago now, I think. And it's only a 2-row repeat, and it looks like butterflies. It is so cool. Okay, so my volume might be a bit funky today. I will have a look into that. As I said, oh yeah, there we go. Let's try this one now. Oh, right, am I blowing your ears off now? Sorry if I am. We had to completely wipe the computer at the weekend. I did say in the whips, bits and chat. So I haven't quite got all of my settings back to how they were. Oh, and my mic has been moved. Oh, that might be it. Yeah. Right, stay there, Mike. Is that any better? So hopefully I'm not blowing the eardrums off of people that have turned up their mic, turned up their sound. Right, Sorry about that, girls. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, so right, in regards to Silver's summer. Yes, it's perfect. That's what I was doing during the summer. I had a vest top underneath it. Absolutely brilliant. It meant then I could walk around the house in just vest and shorts. But of course, when I go out the house, I want to have a bit more coverage. Okay, you can see through it, but for me, it was a bit more coverage. It's in. Oh, when did she put it out? She put it out a couple of years ago now. Because I made it when the channel was, when I'd only been on the channel, I had my channel a little while, and I'm about to come up to my 2nd birthday, so it's been a while. It's way before she found her mosaic crochet. And let me think, it's called the Mercedes. Oh my gosh, it has been that long that my brain has actually remembered what the pattern's called. It's called the Mercedes. There you go. And let's try. Is anyone else hearing Ange a bit muffled? I'm hoping I've sorted that. So Silver is saying she's going to pop over and have a look. As I said, the link is in the description box down below. That will take you to her channel. If you just click on her highlighted name, that will take you over to her channel, and then you'll have to scoot through and find the pattern for the Mercedes top. To be honest, that's what, size 16 to 18, and that took me 2 evenings to do. It is literally, each one of these is 2 rows. That's your repeat. So, and because it's so lacy, it is really, really quick to work up. You're there and you just sort of, you get the pattern into your head, like with most of them. We get the pattern into the head, and you just go vroom, vroom, and I'm talking turbo fast. I sat doing it while I was watching telly, and all of a sudden I've looked down and I'm like, where's this massive lump of fabric come from? Cripes. And that was when I was on when I certainly couldn't crochet the speed I can now. So that was to Smirnoff. Smirnoff has said that she needed plus size 2. And she's a plus 30 to 32. She gets fed up before she finishes. Oh, we got a hubby in. Oh no, you're in trouble now. So Mr. Smirnoff is watching, and yes, he knows how much she spends. No need for insulation in this house. Right, okay, no need for secrets in the house, I'm guessing. Sorry, Mike. Some long words I get, some long words I don't. I'm a bit dyslexic and brain dead. So a welcome in. We got the second hubby in. The first one, of course, is mine, but he's hiding in another room at the moment. And Silver is asking, can she buy the pattern? For this one, yes, I believe you can. It will be over on her Etsy shop. The links will be on her channel. And if you look in her description box, of course, she will have a link that will hopefully take you straight through to the pattern for that one. So, hello, hubby. So Smirnoff is like, haha, meet my hubby, everyone. You do realise, Smirnoff, that if he enjoys being here with us girls, you're going to have to teach him to crochet. Or at least share your hook and yarns so that he can sit and make one of my patterns. Because I'll tell you what, if he wins one this evening, he's got to make it. You hear me, Mike? You're in trouble now, boy. Alright, so let's have a look. So Kaz is saying, was it ha ha ha, hi Mike. Everyone's saying hi to Mike. Daphne's in, and welcome in, darling. And everybody is saying hi to Daphne as well. Oh, he's legged it as the threat of crochet, babe. So, Mr. Smirnoff has left the building. He's off to play his game, but he says hi to everybody. Oh, and there you was. You nearly had 2 people trying to get your pattern, this month's pattern. Kathy's saying, laugh out loud, that's actually a good incentive for her to lose weight so she can make smaller sizes so they go faster. Yeah, talking about that. I've got no more Christmas money left. I spent a massive, well, basically I spent all of the money that I had saved up from my mother and father-in-law for Christmas. They sent me 200 quid. I love them to bits. And they sent me 200 quid, so I'd spent just shy of 100, and I'd put 100 aside for yarn later on in the year. Yeah, I've bought an exercise bike, one with a table, so I can have my computer sitting on the table. I'm going to have my yarn hanging off the handle, and I'm going to be sitting there cycling and crocheting. I wonder what disasters that's going to create, because we all know what I'm like trying to talk and think and move my hands and all that. Can you imagine it? Trying to think, talk and move my legs as well. Oh, it's going to be hilarious. And no, it will not fit in here, so you can't laugh at me attempting it. But I told my daughter I'm going to attach it to a generator, so if she wants to play games, she has to cycle while she's playing. She said to me she'd seen it on she'd seen these the what are they called? Basically, where the parents have lied to their children and said the only way they can watch telly is to charge the telly. She said she's seen those. She knows it's fake. She's 16 and she's not daft. It was worth a try, wasn't it? So yeah, my mother and father-in-law have bought me this exercise bike. So when it arrives, I've got to take a little video, and I'll send it to her, calling her evil and sadistic and all the rest of it. Although she doesn't know she's bought it for me yet, because she knows how much I hate exercise. But I need to do it. I need to do something to try and get my mobility back up, because I've noticed I'm finding it hard even taking Liam for a walk at the moment. So Mr. Smirnoff shouted no to being taught to crochet. He is just no fun this evening, honey. So Kath's having a giggle along with us about that. So Smirnoff is saying he is still here on the sofa, but he has put his phone away and is playing on his PC. Yes, Kath, talk about multitasking. Now, I am determined. Because, of course, it's like, you're there and you're like, well, if I've got to start going to a gym, I couldn't do that. And if I go swimming, I'll drown myself. I've never been a strong swimmer anyway. And that was before I slipped the discs top and bottom. So I'm like, okay, I've got the slip discs top and bottom. I've got the sciatica running all down the left-hand side. And, of course, I've got issues after having COVID, so I'm like, I am properly unfit. It's like I wake up in the morning, it feels like I've smoked 40 cigarettes the night before, and I haven't. And so I'm like, right, well, I've got to do something. I've got to start building up my energy levels again and working. So yeah, Kath will end up messaging me at some point going, have you got it? Is it set up? Do you want to FaceTime? And I'll be there huffing and puffing with bright red cheeks while she'll be laughing her head off at me. Kathy's saying, oh, the really boring machines at physio. She'll watch a show on her phone. That was my thinking. It's like I can sit there and, as I said, I can crochet. I can have my tablet sitting in front of me. I can either be crocheting or I can be talking to someone on it. So get ready, Kath. Yeah, and just work along and do that basically, and hopefully I'll forget that my legs are moving. so because I'll forget that I'm doing the exercise, it will hopefully not be as boring as it normally is. Right, so most of you were with me Wednesday daytime, weren't you, when I was talking to you about the sayings that the old sayings from the UK that are going out of fashion, or people have just sort of started forgetting and they're not using them as much anymore. And so, of course, Kath has started used a couple of them, or at least one of them the other day, wasn't it? Where was the phrase? You liked pearls before swine, if I remember rightly. But what we've done is we managed to get up to number 9 on Wednesday. If you want to catch up on those, just pop back over to the Wednesdays live and fast forward to the bit you want. But today's ones will start at number 10 in a moment. And what I'll do is I'll tell you what the phrase is, and then I'd like you to give me a rough idea of what you think the meaning of the phrase is. Don't worry, there's nothing too untoward in them or anything like that. It's just the fact that they're funny. But as I said, we had a good old giggle, didn't we, about it? Whoa, Smirnoff, 1,500 steps today. Although she thinks half of those for the smartwatch counting her knit and crochet. I'm laughing because one day I turned to my husband and I said to him, look, darling, he's gone, wow, I'm well impressed with you, because I had my watch set at 700 steps. If I got to 700 steps a day, I was really chuffed with myself, and it meant I was working really, really hard. But this one day, I got to just over the 1,000 steps, and he's gone, wow, you must have taken Liam from a really long walk today. I thought, well, I took him over the field, I sat on the chair, and I watched him run round like a lunatic. And then I walked home. And all I've done is potter around the house. I hadn't done those steps. What I'd done was sat there and crocheted a good few hours before he got home, and it had also counted my crochet as my steps. Okay, I wasn't getting a perfect 1-to-1 ratio or anything. I think it was like 1 in every 10 stitches counted as a step, but even then, I don't mind. Silver is saying she knows. Oh, sorry, I think I've missed some. Okay, where are we? Crafty said that she'd downloaded a film from the BBC iPlayer. That's what they do at the gym, and time flies and keeps you going. Yep. Oh, Silver wasn't here on Wednesday. She was poorly. Don't worry about it, darling. If you want to, you can play catch up. If you don't want to, don't worry. But Silver also says that she knows some sayings. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, so Kathy's saying, pearls before swine, she really used that regularly, right? And then, Kath, are we aiming for pudding hat? Dodo. And Kath also says that she'll use an audiobook or a podcast that really engrosses you, and it makes you forget the exercises. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Our very first one up today is, of course, number 10. Okay, now what we're going to do is it's just a case of you put in what you think the meaning of this is, and whoever gets the closest wins today's winner only pattern. And today's one is a Bad Brother. Okay, it is out of the Marvellous set, and it is a 59 rows. And it'll work really, really brilliantly alongside Iceberg. Okay, so although Iceberg's got a couple less rows, but that'll give you an idea, definite idea of who the Bad Brother is. Okay, so the very first one out is Fly in the Ointment. What do you think that one means? And Kathy's saying, laugh out loud, Dodo. You'll order today with a new pattern and all. Ooh, new patterns. Right, so while you guys are thinking about what does fly in the ointment mean, I can tell you now 59% don't really use it anymore or don't know it. And Silver says that when she's up at the gym, she listens to audiobooks. Terry Pratchett. My husband listens to Terry Pratchett to fall asleep too. I think it's one of the only sets of books now that I can actually tell you what the next word's going to be. Right, so we've got a hiccup or a problem. Right, so there we go. Okay, so we've got hiccup, a problem. That's the boys going out for a walk. I really need to oil the door. We've got something someone something, someone that shouldn't be there. We've got an irritation, tall order, and spoilt. Well, we've already got our very first winner. She's only gone and done it. She's beaten you, Kath. Oh, Smirnoff's in with her. I like Terry Pratchett, very funny. Okay. Oh, no, I've got my live chat on, Jane, don't worry about it. Thank you for reminding me. Everybody else, make sure you've also got that on as well. Right, Dodo has gone and done it with irritation. Right, so a fly in the ointment, and the meaning is a minor irritation that spoils the success or enjoyment of something. The idiom likely has its roots in the Old Testament of the Bible, in the book of something starting with an E. Sorry, anybody that's religious. In the King James Version, translated in the early 1600s, the passage reads, "Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary," oh yeah, like I can read that word, "to send forth a stinking savour. So doth a little folly him that is in something else for wisdom and honour." Right, that is it. Now I really remember why I didn't read the Bible. I couldn't get half the words out, let alone out. So congratulations there, Dodo, for saying for getting the irritation. So, yep, you're number one today. I'm assuming you're going to grab it because I believe that you've also got iceberg. So, as I said, that'd make a really cool pair. Yep, we got a woohoo from you. Congratulations, darling. Right, so remember, it's the same rules as ever. Come back to the video later on and pop a comment on. Then find me over an email. I will be able to get hold of it on my tablet, just not on my computer at the moment. And then once you've done that, I will give you a code word to put into your comment, and then once I say the code word, I will fire you over the pattern. I've just got to move it from this computer onto my tablet to then move it out. It's alright, I'll do it. It's not a problem. I will suss it. Right, okay. Sabrina's not going to be able to make it tonight. That ping was her. She's apologising. She said she'll see us all later on, in a couple of days or something. She's busy bumblebee today. Where are we? Right, so that's that. Dodo's nicking it. Dodo's name is on the list. Yay! Right, okay, so our next one. Oh, this is a cool one, actually. And yes, I have used this in the last year, just not on the channel. But I've used it talking to family. Right, our next one. Some of you are going to think I'm bat crazy for this one. Some of you. Anyway, right, the next one is a keen as a mustard. Oh, what do you think that one is? A keen as a mustard. Right, I am going to run outside, grab my tablet so I can check off your emails that you girls have sent me, and I can also show you the pattern properly. Right, let's see if this thing will wake up. Oh, I'm back with you now. even on. So I'm just going to stick this on charge because it turned out it wasn't overly... No, it's not charging at all. So I'll give it a few minutes. And apologies for any beeps and noises you hear for the second. Right, okay. Go away, pop-ups. Righty ho, let's scoot back up. So, keen as mustard. Where are we? That one there. Hi, Smirnoff has said enthusiastic. And Jane is saying very intense, I think. Very keen, says Kath. Very enthusiastic, says Kaz. Eager, enthusiastic, excited, interested. Really, really enthusiastic, says Smirnoff. Steph, welcome in, darling. She's saying hello to everybody. Jane wants it very much. And Cassie's saying that they've got mustard powder brand here in Oz called Kings. I think my father-in-law's got that in the cupboard. Then we got Smirnoff saying hi to Soph. And then we got very excited. Everybody is saying hello to everybody. It's not keen at all, says Crafty. Welcome in, darling. I don't think I said hello to you earlier. Sorry if I've missed anybody else when you were coming in. Right, okay, so let me have a look. It was keen as mustard. It means extremely eager or enthusiastic. So who said eager or enthusiastic first? Smirnoff, congratulations, darling. You have gone and got it. Sorry, this is my tablet now catching up on everything it's missed. This is why I leave it outside. Right, now just copy and paste. Thank you, computer. Right, and there we go. So congratulations, Smirnoff. So, honey, are you grabbing the pattern or are you making me roll it on? Natalie, welcome in, darling. She's saying she can't stay long, but she wanted to pop in and say hello. Hello, darling. So everybody is saying hello to everybody. I'm going to have a quick scoot through and see if I remember missing anybody. So we've got Crafty sneaked in. Delphine has sneaked in. Steph sneaked in. Welcome in, girls. I think that's everybody that sneaked in while I wasn't looking. Yep, so where is our Smirnoff? As she said she's sneaking it. Yep, I haven't got that one. I'll take it, please. Of course you haven't got it. Only Dodo's the one that's going to have it so far. Because of course today is the first day that you can get your hands on this pattern this month. Right, okay, sorry, I just needed to jot the name down before I forget, because we all know what I'm like. Right, so what I'm going to do is a little bit of spiel for anybody that is watching this on replay, and any of you girls that are here tonight that want to get your hands on the pattern that I will show you in a bit once my tablet's charged enough for me to lift it up. The pattern is called Bad Brother, okay, and it works really beautifully with iceberg. And it is one of the from the Marvellous range, and it is a 59 rows, so it is quite a small one, especially compared to that thing. Yeah, so it's quite a nice little one to work. I'm just trying to think what else was there. Yep, the only way you can win it is to either join us on the lives, or of course leave a comment underneath in the comment section of this video once it goes into replay, and I will be doing some draws at the end of the month for you girls to possibly get your hands on it if you haven't managed to make it and win it during the month. Don't worry, what I'm going to do is, if your name comes up and I know you've got it, because I'm going to keep a list this month like I did last month, I will just roll it on to the next person until we find somebody. And if there is a nobody, then I just won't mention that live. But hopefully we'll get a couple of people now that will come in and pop a comment on underneath. Right, so let's have a look. Yep, sorry about, as I said, sorry about the beeping and everything. It's because the tablet's on charge and it's now playing catch up. And I haven't worked out how to turn it off on here. I managed to work it out the other month, didn't I? But I can't remember how I did the settings. So of course now I've got, if somebody puts a message up on Facebook, it pings. If someone's put a comment on a video, it's pinging. And I'm getting it on both devices, so apologies. That's why I normally would leave the tablet outside unless I really have to grab it. Doing my knotting. Right, so Kathy's, I've just read that one. Then we've got a great job. Hi Natalie, hi Natalie from Smirnoff and Jane. Kathy saying, oh, well done Smirnoff. And Smirnoff says, yeah, I forgot it's a new month. Laugh out loud. Yep, so new month, a completely a new pattern. And of course now I'm only doing one pattern a month. And it'll only be special occasions where you'll be able to win a Vault Pass. I'm sorry, but I'm doing it like this because running 4 patterns was extremely confusing and time consuming, because I would have to wait not only to see your code word, but I'd also 9 out of 10 times have to wait for you to come back to me and tell me what pattern you wanted in the first place. So it's hopefully, and it did last month, it saved a heck of a lot of time for me. So I wasn't firing 15 emails backwards and forwards to you. Yes, Smirnoff, it's the same this end, darling. It has gone quiet. I think the girls are waiting to see what my next one is. I was just chatting away to you in the hopes that you guys will all have a bit of a chat before we move on to the next one. Did I actually read out the meaning to it? Steph, what is a Vault Pass? Alright, a Vault Pass is I run a competition and I will say, right, you've got the opportunity to win a Vault Pass. Now this Vault Pass means that you can choose one or however many, it depends on what I state at the time, but if you'd won a Vault Pass, you would have the opportunity to then go back and select one of the other 7 or 8 winner only patterns that there have been. So if you decide you're going to join in with the rest of the pattern collectors and you started it today and you were lucky enough to win today's, then you will have 7, you'll need to gain 7 Vault Passes over the however long to then collect the other ones that you'll have missed. Yes, Dodo, everyone does appear to be eager to get the new pattern and you haven't even seen what it is yet. What I'm also going to say is, with the winner only patterns now, they are going to be set out a little bit differently. I'm going to be speaking about this on Whips and Bits on Sunday, but basically the winner only patterns will be a chart, the box counts, and some links to some videos on how to do it. Other than that, there's going to be nothing else within that pattern, okay? Just solely because it's makes it a lot easier for me when I'm writing up the winner only patterns, and it stops me getting confused. Whereas if you're going for a paid pattern off of the Ravelry shop, then you get absolutely tons of information, tons of links, everything that's included in the winner only pattern, but then you get extras on top. Yeah. So everybody is eager for the pattern, but as I said, I can't show you yet because it's on like 2%. So as soon as I turn the thing on, it'll turn itself back off again. That's the boys back in from their walk. Yeah, what I can do actually is I knocked this one up the other day. This is a fake pattern, okay. So if you'd bought a paid pattern, it would look like this. Okay, so there's your front cover, and it would have a picture of whatever item that you've ordered. Now there are 2, I've got a couple of different styles, okay. I've got the corner to corner ones, so this is what I'm showing you today. I haven't printed out anything that would give you an example of this one or any of the other, like the cushion covers and the other blankets, but the corner to corner one is the most in depth, and it starts off with a picture of whatever one you've ordered, a little brief here in regards to what is in the pattern, and then we scoot down. I made this chart special. There you go. Hold on, I don't know if I can't see if you can see it. Let's have a look. There we go. Yeah. So it just says sample. I was in a proper sarcastic mood when I made it, but as I said, it's a sample pattern. So you get your chart here, then you get your key. Oh, that side. Then you get the key, and then on your next page, you've got this side links to the different bits you need. And then if I've made the blanket, because of course I have to, that tells you what yarn I've used, how much of the yarn I've used, and the hook and stitch that I've used within the blanket. The other bits and pieces that you'll need. And then this is the block here that's all about the math. This is why when I say on a stitch a week for episode 4 and episode 5, I say to you, weigh your yarn before you make it, weigh your yarn after, and write that down. That's so that you've got the number there for how much yarn you use to make 100 squares with the yarn that you've chosen to use. Oh, take a breath, Ange. Right, so that then you can use that for your maths to work out how much yarn you will need in whatever yarn you choose to make the blanket that you've chosen to purchase. And then there's a bit here for extra room for you to write the maths down. Right, another deep breath. Next page. Next page is a stitch breakdown, and so that tells you all the different coding that we use and whether it's in UK or US. Now my patterns are written in US, but I've put it in UK as well. I'm sorry if I haven't covered your country. Fingers crossed you're able to swap it about. Then we've got a bit here explaining how the chart is worked up the side. Then it's all the wording for how to do it if you prefer it written in a written form explaining. If you're not very good with words like me, then we have the graph or the chart, okay, on how to do it. So that's your how to do the increase, and then your next page is the words and the graph for how to do the decrease. Then we're on to the next page. Hey, finally! This is what's known as the box count. So it's what I call the box count. It might look a bit weird, but all that is if you look at row number 5, it says R3. That means you're going to make 3 blocks of red, follow it with a block of black, which is BLK, and then go back to your red for 1 red, and that is it. And then normally the corner word here will be highlighted, so that when you get to there, you know that that you've got your corner coming up. Okay, so then you have all that, and then you've got a little bit from me basically saying, send me a picture. And then a bit of me saying, don't you dare share this pattern, you toe rags. Yeah, so that is the written patterns and roughly what they will look like when or if you choose to purchase one off of the Ravelry shop. As I said, I try and get as much information into them as possible, so that you're able to work it out for yourself. And then if you still have trouble, of course you've got my email information, or you can come and bug me, like say hello to me on the live. I shouldn't say bug me, but come and say hello to me on the live and go, Ange, I've got an issue with so and so row, how do I do? And then hopefully I can talk you through it and help you out a bit more. Right. Okay, so let's have a look what you guys have been saying while I chatted on like there was absolutely no tomorrow. I had a proper amount of verbal diarrhea, didn't I? There we go. Smirnoff is saying, and now hubby Hut decides to hang the door. Could be worse. He could decide he's gonna, I don't know, build a computer on your dining table. That's what mine used to do. Alright, so hubby decides to hang the door. Right. Ange, can I see the back of one of the C2C blankets? When you change the colour, the strand goes over the last colour. Is that right, or am I doing something wrong? And Dodo, have you had a chance to look at the corner to corner tips and tricks? I'm just trying to think which one have I got that's still got ends. so it'll look like yours. Okay, here we go. Max is out. All right, and yeah, I still haven't sewn in the ends. So I'm trying to like, how did you word that? Back when I'm of my C2C blankets, when I'm changing the colour strand, it goes over the last colour. Is that right, or am I doing something wrong? I'm trying to think. Where are we? Let's have a look. I'm trying to work how you've worded. I'm sorry, my brain is really not in gear. Right. What I do say is, when you're doing your squares and you're doing them, it shouldn't matter which way round the blanket is really. Make sure you always pull up the colour. How do I word it? Make sure you work over the colour that you're not going to be working with your slip knot. Yeah, that's how I say it. And hopefully that will pull your colour up. If it's not looking as tight as this, oh, come on, Andrew, I've got to have a dodgy one here somewhere. There we go. Is that dodgy? Not as dodgy. Because of course I pull all my strands quite tight as I'm going along. It may be down to your tension. So if you see something like this little V that I've got here, that is down to the tension between the blocks being slightly different. Otherwise I can't think how to do it, how to explain it to you tonight, because the brain is not in gear. Change colour strand goes over the last colour. But otherwise, yeah, I work over my old I work with my working strand. I work over the strand that I'm about to drop, and I do that with the slip stitch and first stitch. Then I move it out of the way, pull it tight, and normally that pulls it too, and it pulls it quite neat. But if you find me off an email, babe, I'll be able to point you in the right direction, the right bit of the whips and the tricks, C2C tips and tricks video. There we go. Got it out in the end, didn't I? And if it still don't make sense, I'll have another go. But we'll do more of a one-on-one when my brain's working. Fingers crossed. How are you for tomorrow? Right, Kath was saying, sorry, she was concentrating on her squares. She thought she went wrong somewhere, but it all seems okay. Bonus! You're on number 3, aren't you? Because you're working backwards. And a crafty is saying she just learnt the C2C from Stitch a Week. Sweet! That is the 5-chain method. There is also a 6-chain method, but I find the 5-chain easier because then I don't have to count. I just look, and because I've got dipped as eyes. I just look, my eyes go cross-eyed, and I'm like, that's the one I want in the middle. It's like threading a needle. You know, when you're sitting there with your tongue hanging out. So I love you saying, I could be doing this week's square, but I can't cope with Ange on 2 screens at once. Honey, I can't cope with myself on most days. Oh, bless. This week's one is the corner to corner. Which way round is it, Kath? Hold on. Why am I asking you? I've got them sitting here somewhere. There we go. What are we on this week? Is the mini. So it's a chain 5 and a 3 half double crochets, honey, instead of your 3 double crochets. That's it. Okay, it's a bit of a change up. It's a bit. I've changed it a bit from the standard. The standard is 5 double crochets. 5 chains and 2 half double crochets. But I got confused, and I thought mine looked like a nicer square. And I've done the entire blanket the wrong way. So I'm going to have to put a modified label on it, I think. Or someone will come along and go, Ange, you dopey donut, that is not the C2C mini, that is the C2C whatever. So where have we gone? Where did I get to? Read that one. Crafty is saying she just learnt it. And Smirnoff is saying about seeing me on 2 screens. Dodo said she loves it. Crafty, she says it works up quick. Oh, crikey, there's loads. I've missed loads again. Okay. Works up quick. Smirnoff, well done, Crafty. Snail, it's a lovely stitch. Steph is saying she loves the C2C for the way it looks. I like it because it doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed. If you can do the blocks, you can build the blanket. Crafty is saying she did her first square plain colour, so she's done another with colour change to practice. She thinks she's managed a full picture she doesn't think she's managed a full picture blanket yet. She'd need more practice. And thank you. Right, and then Silver comes in with, okay, so you're asking me about triangles. Yeah, I'll write that down and get back to you, girl. It depends. I don't know. As I said, I'll get back to you because brain is kerfluffled this evening. Alright, so where are we gone? Maintain. To maintain on a rectangle C2C, do I decrease on the side and do what I've been doing on the other side? Oh, rectangle's a longer square. Right, yeah, you basically, you increase one side, decrease the other. There we go. That was for a rectangle. For some reason, I thought that said triangle. Yeah, thank you, Kath, for coming in on that one. Oh dear, it's one of them nights, girls. You will ace it, Silver. Don't worry. All right. Okay then, Dodo. That's fine, darling. Send it when you're ready. Okay. No fuss there. Dodo saying that she watched the tips and tricks when she got and she got started again. She'll send me a picture. She's frogged it so many times, and tomorrow's the vets, so hopefully she'll start the blanket again at the weekend. There we go. Right, okay, so Kath has said yes, she's made week 4 and week 3. She's going backwards, you see. She says her February yarn wasn't dry yet. You're using your hand-dyed. Whoa. So she hasn't made the regular C2C one yet. She's only made it to know the samples. Made a sample to know the size. Crafty's saying other way round. Laugh out loud. Last week was half. This week is doubles. Yeah. I like to confuse you all. I thought, oh, I'll do it in size, and then I'm like, oh, what have I done? Because if it don't confuse you, it's definitely confusing me. Okay, so right, Smirnoff has said she's done loads of corner to corners, but she still has to watch the first row of information to find out how they do the flippy bit. Do you know what? I can't think which one it was. I know it was one of my really early ones. I sat there and I've gone, look, it looks like a pair of legs with the 2 boxes. Look, it's can. And that's how I remember it. It's just your first box cans, so it just flips up, and just do it like that. Most people normally get a bit iffy on row 3. They're like, what do I do from row 3? I'm like, you do the same as row 2, but you've got 2 extra blocks, like you've got an extra block and whatnot to add that will come in the middle without you realising it. Where we go? Yes, Kath, good reminding. Silver, it helps to hang a stitch marker on the side you've stopped increasing on, so you don't actually start adding to that side again. Speaking out of experience. Yeah, I did it. I did it on Timothy the Tiger. I went round 3 blocks and went, oh, you dopey, and had to rip it out, and I did that more than once. So Kathy saying, totally Dodo. It happens a lot to her. That's when she wonders why crochet feels a bit off. It's a good. Silver is saying it's a good idea, and because it's white, it will stand out too. I just can't wait for the lettering to finish, and then it makes the blanket so much easier with the bigger sections. Yeah, my best bit, the bits I like the most, is the first however many until the colour starts, and then the last one's when the colour's finished, and you're like, you know, you've only got white left or whatever your background colour is, and you're like zooming backwards and forwards. I was like, I'd done the last load of rows on Timothy. I'd done that and completed that within about an hour, whereas the row before that had taken me an hour, and I think there was like 16 rows left for me to do, or however many it was. I'm not stating the exact amount because I don't remember, but I was literally, oh, it's all white from here, boom, and it was done, and I was like, oh, okay, it's done now, it's finished. Yes, Kath, as she's saying, with the C2C, once you have the flip bit down, you're good. And Toto says, just tell people it's meant to look like that, Kath. Kath is like, yeah, Dodo, yep, it's an art. And Kath is like, glad I'm not alone. Yeah, and do you think the amount of blankets I've done and the amount of tutorials, hello Spud, yeah, the amount of tutorials, and I still do it. I still end up working around the corner when you're not meant to be. I do that with most of my stuff. I end up with stitch markers on both ends. What are you doing, snot bag? You want to come up and say hello? Come on. Come. Back up. Right, Spud's in to say hello. You know why he's here, really. He just thinks he's going to get a treat. I ain't got none. No, got no treats. I bought you some the other day and you threw them across the car in disgust. Come on then. Up. No, fine. Yeah, I had to take him to It's at home because we gave him a bath. Well, I gave him a bath the other day. Took his collar off. Popped it on the side of the sofa. Sofa's black, collar's black. And for 3 days he's had to go without a collar because none of us can find it. We've lifted the sofa up, we've gone down the sides, gone down the back, you name it, we've hunted for this collar. We've pulled every part of the lounge out, put it all back again. I've been in here, I've tidied up in here to try and find it. It's not here, it's not in the kitchen, it is nowhere. It has completely and utterly disappeared. So I had to take him to It's at home and to get him a new collar. So I bought him some treats, like from their pick and mix. One of them he's okay with, like the charcoal ones, so he gets them when he's got the trumps. But I bought these other round ones, and they're like salmon cakes or something they're called. And so I gave him one, and he's picked it out, taken it out of my hand, and then promptly just turned his head and spat it on the floor in the back of the car. And I was like, you little sneak. But luckily it's a solid lump of cookie, so I can pick it up and it won't make much mess. Alright, so let's see. Yeah. Right, Silver is saying it takes her about an hour and 20 minutes a row as the rows go up to match the square match the row. She's on row 138. Is this one of my patterns, babe, or is this a different pattern? She's on row 138, so 138 little boxes, and then on to 139, and so on and so on. Oh, yeah, I know that. Yes, Kathy, it's Pappy. I'm just sitting here twiddling his ear. He's decided to lay down. Smirnoff says she's missed all that. Apparently, she's now hanging the door too. You get hanging, honey. Might not be the door by the end of this evening. Yeah, that's a lot of squares, Silver. Yeah, some of them are though, but once you get past the second corner, it's all downhill from there, and there's one less each row, and that's the best feeling. Well, at least I think it is. And Dad was saying, "Oi, Smirnoff, You're multitasking, girl. Right, Kathy's saying, oh my gosh, Oreo, which is her dog, he's an Alsatian, he's so cute. Sorry, he's so cute. I've just covered Liam's ears. She says Oreo takes his collars off faster than she can put them on. Then he plays with them and they get lost. He's hidden two already. Don't even think of doing that, mate. I had enough trouble finding that one. He is between sizes. It's a nightmare because I've got one for what should have been his size, put it on him, and I could literally just pull it straight up and over his head once it was on the tightest one. So I've gone, all right, I want this in the size down. They go, no, you don't. No, you don't. I went, yes, I do. They didn't have one. That's why they said no. But ended up getting him a different one instead. Not the one we wanted, but at least it hasn't got down Montes or fake diamonds on it, and it's pink. Because that was pretty much the only other choice. It was a pink one with shiny bling, or the one he's got on. So yeah, he's got stuck with this one. Right, please stop nudging my arm, mister. Ooh, Silver. That one's evil. Okay, so Silver is saying, where's she gone? No, it's the footy one. It's got 39,000 something squares and 399 rows. Oh, and I thought I was evil with some of my patterns. Not as bad as that. Kaz says, damn men. Yo, Mike, give our Smirnoff back. Be no door hanging during the chat. Says Kath. Well, she's got us on the telly, isn't she? It's just she can't respond to us. So hopefully we're not making her giggle too much. Otherwise she might drop the door on his foot. I'm not saying anything more. He'll never come back. Smirnoff is saying, too tight. I hope she's talking about the door. She's not used to being in here in the week. It's weird. Oh, sorry, Kathy, I got confused. Oreo's her cat. Don't. Pipsqueak used to come in hobbling, and I'd look at her and go, get over it, and I'd have to undo it because she'd be there trying to flick it. And she'd come in, and I always had the one that had the elastic on the collar because she'd done it once before on a solid collar, and nearly dislocated her shoulder. But basically, she would come in, and she'd have her arm through the collar and her head. So it'd be like going across body. And she destroyed about 4 of them just by doing that. But luckily she was microchipped as well, so it meant that when something happened to her, the vet was able to scan her and then just give us a call, because I didn't put a name tag or anything on her actual collar. That was just one of those ones that's mega reflective, because she was a little monster and liked to play with cars. But we'll get off of that one. Right, okay, so Silver is saying she got a Rottie called a Roxy. Teresa is in, she's saying hello everybody. Hi Teresa. Smirnoff is saying too tight. Oh dear. Everybody is saying hello to everybody. Susan's in the house, she's saying hello everybody. Sorry I'm late and busy day decorating. Cool, everybody seems to be doing stuff to the house. I was looking at the walls thinking I'm fed up with this colour, and then I thought I'm not as fed up as having to actually paint it. So once I start, that's it, I'll end up doing the whole house, and you won't see me for 3-4 weeks, and then when you do, I'll be like, I can't move and I've done no crochet. Right, so let's go back to this list, wasn't it? Right, keen as mustard was the last one, and the meaning was extremely eager or enthusiastic. Long queues would form in the 18th century for people to get their hands on roast beef. Richard Leveridge described this enthusiasm in his song A Roast Beef of Old England in the year 1735. A mustard being an accompaniment was as soon associated with this enthusiasm. That is keen as a mustard. Oh, our next one. If you guys don't know this one, I'll be shocked. Surely we still use a flash in the pan. Hold on, where have we gone? Paste. There we go. Yep, a flash in a pan is our next one. So, do you know the meaning of a flash in a pan? If you do, pop it in the comment section, and we'll see how we go. And for people that are popping in and are watching this on replay, of course, make sure you pop a comment in telling me what was your favourite one from this evening. What was your favourite? Or tell me about one that's used at home with your family or your grandparents or something. But that's in the comment section of the video once it's in replay, girls, not in the live chat now. Right, so where we go. It is a flash in the pan. So Teresa says pants, and one hit wonder, says Kaz. That's a pop group, says Kath. I think it might be actually. Quickly, says Jen. Very fast, says Kath. Very quick or over very quickly, says Kaz. Ooh, have we got any more guesses before I come out with the answer? Right, so 57% of people don't use this anymore or didn't know it. And Delphine is saying working hard with little result. Could be. Right, so on this one it is a thing or person who... Dodo done it. Dodo picked the code words. Right, it is a thing or person whose sudden but brief success is not repeated or repeatable. The phrase originated sometime during the late 17th century when flintlock musketeers were used. An attempt to fire a musket that resulted in a gunpowder firing but no ball firing was referred to as a flash in the pan. So congratulations there to Dodo. So Dodo, you was first out the door today, darling. So I'm going to roll that one on to the next question. Or should I say the next saying. Yay, Smirnoff's now hung the door. Right, they've got a working kitchen door. Sweet. There we go. Right, okay, so our next one. Let's see if you like this one. I like this one. I think this is a very positive phrase. Once I can get it copied and pasted so I know it'll come out about the same time as me saying it. Okay, so here we go. The next one up is tickety boo. That is a tickety boo. What's the meaning on that? Kath, pack it in. There's no rolling it and collecting for a fucking pudding hat. I haven't made it, but I can find you a tutorial if you want. Because I'm sure there's one out on YouTube. Right, okay, so again, that is a tickety boo. Give it to me in very simplified answer, please, girls. Hunky dory. I love that one, Jane. So what have we got? We got good order. Hunky dory, all okay. We got a fine. We got a everything is fine and all good and a cool. Okay, so how am I doing this one? That's awesome, says Teresa. Right, okay. So where am I? Tickety boo. Tickety boo, the meaning is everything is fine or in good order. Okay, so we're looking for fine or good order? Good order. First one in, let me see, is Silver Wings. Congratulations, darling, with a good order. Hey. So, are you collecting? Or are you not too worried? Today's pattern, of course, is called a Bad Brother. It's available all of February if you win it. It's out of the Marvellous range. It is 59 rows, and it will work really, really well alongside Iceberg. So that is a Silver Wings. Congratulations, darling. Let's post that. Yeah, collecting. Cool. I've written it down. I thought you might have been. Righty ho, so tickety boo. Oh dear. This one I might get in trouble for. I love it though. There we go. Right, so the next one up is a load of codswallop. What's the meaning behind the phrase, a load of codswallop? As I said, I love it. There we go. Right, and this is your last chance to get your hands on the pattern, of course, this evening. I'm only firing out 4 today. Otherwise, you girls will keep me here forever. And then there'll be nothing for us to do for the rest of the month. Okay, Kath, I will see if I can find you the pattern, because I know I've seen one. I know I've seen it. Alright, okay. Okay, so we have got rubbish full of poop. Says Teresa. Rubbish full of poop. Says another. Susan's coming in with a congratulations. Kaz is saying full of ball dust. No, not a load of rubbish either. I'm looking for a couple of specific, hopefully I said that word right, specific words. Not baloney, Daphne. It's a load of codswallop. Give me the really simple words. I think you lot are just trying to make me spit me drink everywhere again, aren't you? Not malarkey. If you can't think of it, right, give up in the comment section, and I'll give you the answer once 3 of you have said given up, and we'll move on to the next one. Nonsense. No, they're not the 2 words I'm looking for tonight. Kath, I think you've got close enough, darling. Right, so Kath has come in with a not true. Okay, close enough. I think that's definitely close enough. Right, so congratulations there, Kath. There we go. Right, so a load of codswallop. The meaning is words or ideas that are foolish or untrue. It is suggested that it originates from Harum Cod, a British soft drink maker in the 1870s, known for the cod neck bottle. Codswallop was then reportedly used as a diverse term for soft drinks by beer. Oh, do you know what? My brain is not working for the words. I'm just going to stick it in the chat. You lot can have a read. Too many long words for 9 o'clock at night. Or nearly 9, I should say. Oh, bottoms. There we go. No. Yes, Lord Mischief, he is. Because you've already got his brother, haven't you? Yeah, that works. Right, give me 3 seconds. Let's try and get that out all together so you guys can actually read it, because I can't get it out of my gob tonight. Right, so we got Kath won, and then everybody is congratulating Kath. So congratulations, honey. There we go. Oh, the next one's really cute. Of course, we've got our 4 pattern winners for today. So, do you guys want me to carry on with a few more of these so we can find one that will make you all giggle and we can head off out on a laugh this evening? Because of course I booked this in for 9 o'clock, so really technically I should be signing out to sign back in a few minutes. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. Cool, Kath has got the pair. At least she will do once she's jumped all the hoops. Right, so congratulations, of course, to all the winners this evening. They were Dodo, Smirnoff, Silver and Kath. Remember, girls, I need you to fire me over an email, and then when this video goes into replay, once we get off of here, basically, I pop back in, I pop a comment in, and then I will fire you over a code word once I've seen your email. Okay, I'm not going to hunt for you, I'm not going to search you out, and even if I speak to you most days, Kath, you're still got to jump the hoops, girl. Okay, so, oh, did you miss the new pattern on the iPad? No, it's alright, I'm not leaving yet. I just hadn't shown you guys, had I? No, I was just reminding the winners what they need to do. Now it's done, I'm fine, you see, I don't have to remember to do that again. Right, it's alright, I'm not leaving. If anyone pops on at 9, we'll make our apologies. Probably stay around till about 9:30. If you lot fancy it, if not, we'll leg it, and I'll write I'm a dopey donut on my wall. Like I've done previously. Right, have I even got the picture yet? No, I didn't get the picture, did I? Oh no. No, I haven't got the picture yet. And give me a second, gang, give me a second. Now remember, this is part of the Marvel range, so it's the more pixelated out of all of them. Or should I say it's pixelated like Webtastic is and Iceberg. I'm sure there's another one. Yeah, but basically, yeah, what was it? I can't think. Brain cell shut down. But yeah, it's as pixelated as those ones, so it's not as in depth as the others. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get cheeky comments again, I think. There we go, let's see if I can see it. Right, so there we go. Here he is, a bad brother. Can't show you it for long, mind. Alright, so let's have a look. We got, yeah, did I miss it? Nope, I've shown it you now. And can we see the pattern, says Jane? Just done it! Garth says, yeah, was it? Yeah, hoop jumping will be done. Kaz is saying, just popped into yarn room, thought I'd missed it. Nope, as long as you saw it just then, you're fine. Smirnoff is saying, can she keep playing for pork pie hats? You've seen the news then, Smirnoff. So we're changing it now, are we? We're going from pudding hats to pork pie. Well, it isn't Christmas anymore, is it? Oh, but thank you, Jane. Tree in a flower pot. Yep, there was quite a few, wasn't it? May the 4th, Tree in a flower pot, Webtastic, that was the one I was thinking of, and Iceberg. They're the same as the new guy, which is Bad Brother. Spud's asleep. Coolio. Right, for those of you that popped in later, the image on here is the latest pattern release. This is Timothy the Tiger. This is to celebrate, of course, Chinese New Year, which this year is the Year of the Tiger. So I thought that was a really really cool pattern to get out in time. I was hoping to have it done a little bit earlier with an added border, but yeah, my hands have fallen off, so that ain't happening for a week or so. Yeah, so that is Timothy the Tiger, and he is available over on the Ravelry shop in a pattern form only. I'm sorry to say, not as a channel pattern, because he is too big. He's the same size as this one, and he's done in C2C mini, not in C2C like that one was. Oh, Smirnoff, you was getting confused. I thought you was actually giving them a new idea for picking on me. Saying, yeah, pudding, not buy. Right, okay, so for those of you that are interested, this is basically what a pattern that you purchase would look like. You've got an image on your front cover of the front cover of what the blanket would look like completed. A little bit of write-up there as to what is in the pattern, and there's also a little section there where I'm telling you, if you know what you're doing corner to corner, you only need to print out this page, that page, and the other. Okay, so that's the front cover. Now this is a sample pattern, as you can see by the wording up here. So here's my sample pattern for you. Ta-da! Right, so what you get on the second page is, of course, the graph, which has the picture that corresponds with the image on the front cover. Then you've got your chart here, which has your coding and the colours and everything else. Then we skip on to the next page. Of course I've made it, so that will be the amounts of yarn that I've used with the stitch that I've used and the hook size I've used. Okay, this little section here shows you all the extra bits you need. Okay, then this bit here, this big box, is your math box. So make sure if you're doing a stitch a week and you're doing week 4 and week 5, make sure that you do weigh that yarn before you start, and weigh the yarn at the end and work out how much that 10 by 10 block, how much yarn you've used. That way you can write that down and you'll be able to add it to this for the sum. Okay, then there's a little bit of extra room here for you to of course do the math on it. Then over on, hold on this hand, yep, over here, this is where the links are if it's if you're looking at it on your tablet or your computer. Okay, or even on your mobile phone. Those links will then link you through to the different videos that are mentioned. On the next page, we've got the section here that gives you your stitches and like being able to swap it from from US to UK. We also have a picture here explaining how the chart is made. Then we come down here, that hand there, and we've got the little chart here that shows you how to build the stitch up if you're like me and you prefer to work with the chart over the written word, which is on this side. This page is your increase page, your next page is your decrease page, and then the next page after that is actually the written chart itself, or should I say the rows of box counts. And so I'll bring this closer. This is what it would look like. Okay, so for example we use row 5. It says R3, that means that you'd be doing 3 red blocks, followed by BLK. The BLK is a black block, and the R on its own is a single red block. Okay, so it's really, really simple and really nice. And then we also have the section here that says corner. That is normally highlighted. I didn't get around to doing it before I printed this one out. A bit daft of me, really. So of course, then you have all of the rows written out, and it's all been checked, so it's all fine. Okay, then we have a bit about how to add a border. So if the pattern comes with a border, it will have the border section written in there as well, with any charts and anything else that's needed. If it hasn't got a border within the pattern, and it will state on the front cover whether it has or hasn't, it will still have information on how to do the first row of a possible border, so that you can then build from that and add the border of your choice. Then you've got a little bit of a bottom bit down here which has got links to the YouTube, Facebook, Ravelry and Instagram. There we go, so quick links to those, so that you can fire me off messages if you need to, or if you want to show me the work. Basically it's different ways for you to show me the work. Then on the last page there's a little bit of scubbins there that says about the fact that you're okay to sell the products you've made, just don't be sharing the pattern out. And on the winner only patterns, the page, you don't get the whole thing like this anymore. You will get that, and then you get the, what have we done? Yep, those pages. Okay, so that's what you get on the freebies. Oh, hopefully hopefully that explains it a bit more, because I know what I'm like. I sit there and I look over at Ravelry and I go, oh, I really like the idea of getting that pattern. Then I sit there and think, but is it worth the money? Am I actually getting anything more than just a basic, this is what I did type thing? So yeah, with the, so that's why I thought I'd print that one out, so to show you what you would get if you order, if you purchased the C2C blanket ones. With these ones you get photos in as well, and then the stitch breakdowns and the videos for the stitches and all of it. So I'd shove as much as I possibly can in the pattern. Right, so let's have a nose. Right, so popped into Yarn Room, thought I'd missed it. Smirnoff says, can we keep playing for a pork pie hats? Yeah, we'll keep playing, but it's just going to be bragging rights, girls. Jane had said tree and flower pot. Oh, these are really old, sorry. Cool, you guessed it was a tiger when I gave you the sneak peeks. Yeah, so that is, of course, as I said, that is Timothy the Tiger. So that's the latest one. Smile off, you cheeky monkey. Well, I haven't shown you all of it, so you'll have to guess. Or colour in the boxes yourself. Smirnoff is saying, who's going to be first to make the sample? I haven't actually got that pattern anymore. I just did it solely for this printout and then deleted it all. Well, deleted the files this end. It might still be in the program itself. Yeah, Dodo's got the right idea. Smirnoff, she's saying, go for it, Smirnoff, you first. Looks like you've been stitched up. Do you want me? I'll photocopy it and send it over. That'll teach you a toe rag. Yeah, it literally would be a sample blanket. But yeah, as I said, I thought, well, by doing it like this and showing it you like this, then hopefully you'd understand how the patterns are written out. And you'll never know, I might be lucky. You guys might decide to click on that on the link that's on the top of the chat bar and go and order something. But as I said, that is the ones for the corner to corners. The cushion ones have photographs included. Now I've got the photos on any that I'm making from this point on. The photos will be on the last pages, and it will just have a reference number within the pattern. That way, if you print it out, you don't have to print those photographs, and it will save you some ink, some trees, basically. Right, so where have we gone? Kathy's saying it'd literally be a sample blanket. Dodo is such an enabler, like she is. Kathy's saying you could try different stitches, so it really is a stitch sample. That's what we're doing with Stitch a Week, you know. No. Sorry, picking on you now. Alright, what number did we even get up to, girls? What did we get up to? Where are we? Codswallop, wasn't it? Okay. Right, so at number 15, this is now for bragging rights only, okay? Oh, what have I done? Bog off. Right, there we go. Right, so our next... Right, the next one's quite safe compared to the one afterwards. Right, so number 15 is... a curtain twitcher. That is a curtain twitcher. What is it? Any ideas? There's something going on with my computer. Every time I push a button, something else happens. Right, so what do you think a curtain twitcher is? 56% of the people that got asked didn't know. That is, what is a curtain twitcher? there we go. I've said it multiple times now. I think you know. That's all right. Hold on, where are we gone? Smirnoff's having a giggle. What was it? Smirnoff just teasing Ange. It really is. It's really helpful. It's all right, babes. I know that you guys, you aren't picking on me to be evil. You're just joining in with a giggle, and I love that. I've just got to be careful how I say things in response to you, because you're from different areas and different countries, and so what would be okay in the southeast of England might not sort of wash over in America, or it might be said and it might sound completely wrong to Kaz, say, in Australia, or Kath. So I'm just picking on you because I know you four are in different countries to me. Yeah, so don't worry about it, Smirnoff. Right, where are we gone? Right, Kaz is saying that a curtain twitcher is a new one for her. Kathy, you shouldn't have typed so much, girl. I was saying that you've got the pattern. We're not doing it for the pattern now, are we? Right, so Dodo is saying nosy. Smirnoff comes in with nosy neighbour. Dodo then comes in with nosy neighbour. Kaz is saying that is a new one for her. And Kaz says, the biddy old lady across the street watching everything going on. Delphine says a nosy neighbour, and Dodo says, yep, Kath. Right, so, okay. As it's written here, the meaning is a nosy person who watches his or her neighbours, typically from a curtained window. That's what we used to call them in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. Nowadays we just call them neighbourhood watch. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But yeah, that is a curtain twitcher. Now the next one you girls will love, right? Especially considering what we were saying a few moments ago. Right, our next one. Alright, Jane is heading off. She is saying she's going now, so good night all. Night night, darling. Have a lovely evening. Right. Okay, are you sure you really want to go, Jane? Our next one is knickers in a twist. So we say stuff like, don't get your knickers in a twist. So that wasn't me picking on Jane just because she's leaving either. That is honestly the next one on the list. Cat has come in with pip pip, Jane. Okay, I best scoot back up to the top, hadn't I? Right, pip pip, where are we? And pip pip is, the meaning is to say goodbye in a cheery fashion. Okay, that's the one that Kath learnt last week. Right, where are we? 15, there we go. So now we're on to 16. Alright, well, Smirnoff is saying neighbourhood watch. Good one, Ange. Well, I'm thinking most of the countries that you guys are all in have your own version of neighbourhood watch. I remember seeing it on Neighbours before I ever went over to Australia. Who was it? Harold. He was part of neighbourhood watch. So I know that Australia's definitely covered. And of course, Ireland and the UK would both have their own versions of neighbourhood watch. What's it like for you, Kath? Have you got a neighbourhood watch or a bunch of curtain twitchers up near you? Right, so, oh sorry, I've got one heck of an itchy nose. Right, so we've got knickers in a twist. Okay, so, what we got? Oh no, that's that one. Right, right, so where we gone? Over emotional, upset. Don't get upset. Getting upset. Be ready soon. Don't get in a state. Do not get dressed in the dark. Okay, Mike, that's knickers in a twist. Oh, I see where you're coming with that one, you cheeky toe rag. Don't get in a state about something minor. Kathy's saying she also remembers knackered. And Kathy's saying the Bart Simpson version of keep your shorts on. Right, okay, so a knickers in a twist. The meaning is to become upset about something that's not very important. The earliest use appears in a comic strip called Andy Cap by British cartoonist Reginald Smythe in 1971. And so that is a knickers in a twist, which means to become upset about something that's not very important. Oh yeah, make sure I don't get upset. So Smirnoff, I think you got the closest there, darling. So that's bragging rights. I'm sorry to say. All right, so that's bragging rights for our Smirnoff. That's right, though, because you've already won the pattern. So as you've won the pattern, Smirnoff, does that mean that Mike's going to take up crochet? It's a manly pattern, Mike. Honest, it is. So you get a ball by point. Oh, God. This is troublesome, this is. Right, okay, so our next one. Mike, if you don't get this one, I'm going to be extremely upset. Right, our next one is... And we're going to paste... Dead as a doornail. That is dead as a doornail. And the reason I say, Mike, I hope you get this, is because I know that it's used in quite a lot of films, and I'm sorry, but I'm hoping you've got the same taste in films that my husband has, and me, to be honest. But yeah, next one is a dead as a doornail. So, what is the meaning? Wicked, says Kath. Not quite. We've got Wicked Smirnoff, yes, a pudding points, says Kath. And Teresa is saying dead to the world. Kath says very, very dead. As opposed to just a little. Okay, not quite there, girls. As dead as it gets, says Smirnoff. So that is dead as a doornail. Yes, it is, Kath, isn't it? I've read all those. Flipping wicked. Right, Kath is saying it's also one of the titles of a Suki Stackhouse book. For any of you that haven't read that series, that is what True Blood, the TV series, was based off of. Very loosely based off of. Very, very loosely. I think they only really used the name of the main character, wasn't it? Smirnoff is saying that her hubby heard his name and came running. She thinks he secretly wants the pattern. I'm sitting by the side of you and you two can share. No, he's left, he's done, he's knackered. As long as he ain't dead as a doornail, we're fine. Teresa is saying not responding when asleep. Very dead. How you kill a doornail. Right, okay, Mike. You still didn't get it. Right, okay, so dead as a doornail, meaning empathically dead. Oh, is it empathically? Oh, right. I'm going to have to copy and paste it again, gang. It is a stupidly long word for me. Right, copy and... There we go. Oh, we're 3 over. There we go. Get rid of that. It is. There we go. There we go. Right. So it is thought the phrase comes from the manner of securing doornails that were hammered into a door by clenching them. It is also suggested it is linked to coffins being hammered shut, so it's dead as a doornail. So I'll let you girls find it out, girls and our chappie find it out to see who got that correct. Smirnoff is saying it is also on the first page of A Christmas Carol. And Kathy's agreeing with me about the TV series very loosely indeed, but awesome books. Yeah, they are really, really good actually. I was sitting reading them on the school run. Other parents were having to walk past my car and then literally bounce my car to get my head out of the book long enough for me to realise that my daughter was standing there and had been for 10 minutes waiting for me to walk 2 yards to pick her up from the school. Let's have a look. Where do we get to? Awesome books. And Dodo's saying, you're going to have to get a lock for your room with your yarn and your hooks, Smirnoff. Yep, Mikey's one of us now, says Kath. Yep. Ninja is saying, welcome in, darling. She's saying hello. Oh, that dirty little toe rag. He's coming. Dropped a trump and legged it. Alright, so Dodo is saying hello to Ninja. Lee is saying good night, night, darling. Mike is saying you are a superstar. Factually. Oh, I still can't flipping say it, can I? Thank you, Mike. Bless, he sussed me out really quickly. He's like, right, she can't handle it. Let's do it how it sounds and split it up. Superstar. I think he's secretly been watching, girls, seeing if we're talking about him. Right. So yep. Kathy's saying pip to Denise. Everybody's saying the night or hello. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So our next one. Do you think Mike can take it? Our next one is A Dog's Dinner. Dodo says she hates it when the dog blows kisses like that. Oh, he don't. He trumps. He looks at us and he grins with the biggest, fattest grin you've ever seen. And then he'll run out of the room while you're sitting there choking because the air's turned green. He went through a phase of it a while ago, and we bought the charcoal biscuits. They made it worse. But we were told, don't worry, it will make it worse before it gets better. And it's like, minus whatever outside, and we were happy to have them windows open so we could breathe. Kathy's saying she was once engrossed in a book. It was Jurassic World. That she missed the train she was waiting for. She was on the platform, the train stopped, people got on and off, and she didn't even notice. Yeah, as I said, that's what I was like when I had to pick up my daughter from school. This man is saying that she'll have to get him to tune in from the lorry when he is back at work. That would be lovely, but only when he's parked up. Because the thought of people driving whilst they're listening to me does freak me out a little bit. Because if I say something that makes you laugh, I don't want to get told off, basically, for you not being able to see where you're going because you've got tears in your eyes. Right, so A Dog's Dinner. Teresa has had a guess. Oh, sorry, Smirnoff has had a guess at A Right Mess. I haven't even read it yet. Right. A disgusting meal, says Teresa. Mike says that's what he gets when he upsets the missus. Win-win. Ninja says dress up but overdone. Okay. Everybody's having a giggle at Mike. Kathy's saying her big boy was asleep behind the couch this weekend and he kept farting. It was making her gag. Yep. Right, so Dodo is saying dressed up like a dog's dinner over flashy. Right, okay, so Dog's dinner, the meaning is a mess or a poor piece of work. Yeah, that's the original. We've chopped and changed it, haven't we, over the last last decade or so to mean something a little bit different. But the original meaning is a mess or a poor piece of work. It has been derived from a dog's breakfast, which occurred in Scarlet and Hyssop by E.F. Benson. It was published in 1902, and it goes thus. Scraps only, scraps from other plates. It always reminds me of a dog's dinner, said Lady Olson. So there you go. Dog's dinner, meaning a mess or a poor piece of work. Okay, that's half my crochet I could describe that as. Especially that flipping jumper I'm attempting to make. Oh dear. I'm getting there. It's just going to take a while and there won't be a pattern. So Teresa is saying, a way to go, Smirnoff. A right mess. I suppose it's the closest we've got, isn't it? Good on you, honey. Right, and our last one for this evening. I think we'll do that, and then we'll say our good nights, I think. More pudding points for Smirnoff. Exactly, Kath. More. She's collecting them points. I'm going to be like Deborah Moores. I'm going to change my name. Right, okay. Sorry. Right, okay. So, our next one is, it's chock-a-block. So that is, the idea is, it's a chock-a-block. So, let's see if you girls can guess, and guys, sorry, can guess the meaning. Right, while you're having a go at that, I'm going to do a little bit to anybody that is still watching on a replay. Pop a comment in the description box down below with either the favourite one from this evening that you'd never heard before or that you plan to use, or of course tell me about one that your family or friends have used over the years. Try and keep it a little bit clean though, or at least the saying's clean. The rest of it doesn't have to be. I'll just have to look it up later. Right, so pop your comment in the comment section and down below. And later on this month, I will pull out a winner. It will be like nearing the last of the month. That way, you've got another chance at getting your hands on the pattern if you haven't managed to make it to any of the lives. Right. Also, of course, Ravelry now has a new pattern up, which I'll have to show you again. There we go. That is this cheeky guy. This is Timothy the Tiger. Okay. That is available now in the Ravelry shop to download. If you want to see roughly what the pattern would look like, it's not the exact pattern, scoot back in the video and I showed you there. I've got itchy throat. Yep, so that's the pattern, isn't it? And I'm going to attempt to be here again tomorrow, about lunchtime tomorrow. I am so sorry that if you've missed it and you come in at 9 or 20 past or 9:30, I am so sorry. I completely had a mega brain fart and I put 9 instead of 7 when it came to a booking in this evening. I just got my numbers confused. I am so sorry, gang. Right, but that is pretty much it. Now let's go and see if any of you have got close to working out what it's chock-a-block means. Right, so we got Smirnoff saying very busy. Dodo saying a traffic jam full of people. And also comes back in with overcrowded. Smirnoff is saying, dear crazy. Okay, yeah, I ain't got a foggy girl. Brain's gone to sleep. Ninja is saying full to the brim or overloaded. Okay, Kath, that needs to go in the comments later, girl, not now. But I'll say it anyway. Kath is saying one of her favourites is you can also lead a horse towards you, but you can't make it drink. Mike, later, come back when it's in replay. He says a few, fair Duncan strife. She'll be apples. These are 3. So you still use quite a few of them. That's super cool, Mike. Right, so the meaning that it's got written in front of me is crammed full of people or things. It dates back to the mid-19th century when originally in use it refers to having two blocks running close together. So there we go. I skipped a word, so because I cheekily skipped a word, I'll put it in the box so you can see the word I missed this time round. It's definitely one of them nights, isn't it? Yes, Kath, you have your pattern for the month. Whoop whoop! Yay! No stress in it. You can just take the mickey out of me for the rest of the month. It's gonna be cool. I'm just gonna have to ban you from Pudding House. Right, so thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining me this evening. It's been a really good giggle. Hopefully some of you will be able to make it back to the lunchtime live tomorrow. And keep your eyes peeled. I will put a reminder up and hopefully get the time right this time and pop it up later on this evening. Right, so I'm going to head off now. I will see you all really, really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe, okay? Ta-ra for now, everybody. Where's it gone? Where's my stop gone?